प्यारे दोस्तों, मैं चंद्रकेश चौहान बीएससी जूलॉजी की ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में आप सबका स्वागत करता हूं। आज हम फाइलम प्रोटोजोआ के बारे में बात करेंगे। इसमें हमने आपको इसके प्रीवियस वीडियो में, इससे पहले हमने आपको फाइलम प्रोटोजोआ के दो जो सब फाइलम हैं उनके विषय में डिटेल आपको बताया था। आज हम विशेष रूप से इस वीडियो में सब फाइलम नीडोस्पोरा और सब फाइलम सीलियोफोरा के डिटेल्स देखेंगे। इनके जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या होते हैं, कौन से एनिमल जो है सब फाइलम नीडोस्पोरा में आते हैं, उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या होते हैं। इसके अलावा आप देखेंगे यू सीन दैट द सब फाइलम सीलियोफोरा विच टाइप ऑफ एनिमल्स इंक्लूडेड एंड व्हाट आर द देयर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक। नाउ we tell about the subphylum Nidospora. Subphylum, as previously we said that phylum Protozoa divided into four phylum, four subphylum named Sarcomastigophora, Sporozoa, Nidospora and the Celiophora. These are the subphylum that belong to the phylum Protozoa. Now see the characteristic of subphylum Nidospora. Subphylum Nidospora. Subphylum Nidospora. The important characteristic of subphylum Nidospora is that the first characteristic is Nidospora. In case of Nidospora, you seen that the first characteristic of Nidospora is spores have several cells. Spores have several cells. Spores have several cells having one or more polar filament. This is the first characteristic of subphylum Nidospora. It is very important characteristic. Spores have several cells having one or more polar filament. The second one characteristic of is zygote gives one or more trophozoites. More trophozoites without sporogony. The third characteristic of subphylum Nidospora is that all forms are parasitic. All are parasitic. You seen that the subphylum Nidospora have following three important characteristics. The first one is that spores have several cells having one or more polar filament. The second one characteristic is zygote gives one or more trophozoite without sporogony. The third one is all forms are parasitic, that is all are parasitic. Subphylum Neurospora further divided in two important classes. The first class is known as Myxosporidia and the second class is known as Microsporidia. Now see the characteristic of Myxosporidia and Microsporidia. We see that the important characteristic of Neurospora is that spores have several cells having one or more polar filament. All forms are parasitic. Zygotes give one or more trophozoite without sporogony. The classes that belong to the subphylum Neurospora is Myxosporidae and Microsporidia. Now see the characteristic of the Myxosporidia and Microsporidia. The important characteristic of Myxosporidia is Myxosporidae. The characteristic of Myxosporidia is spores are large. Spores are large. Spores large and developed from several nuclei. Developed from several nuclei. Developed from several nuclei. They are mostly fish parasite. They are mostly fish parasite. Mostly fish parasite. It means that the members belong to the class Myxosporidae are especially present in the body of fishes. They are mostly fish parasites. The important examples that belong to the Myxosporidia is Myxobolus, Myxedium, etc. Now come to the second class that belong to the subphylum Neurospora is Microsporidae. We see the characteristic of the Microsporidae. Sporidae. The first characteristic of Microsporidae, as the name micro utilized, so spores are small. Spores small and developed from only one nucleus. Spores small and developed from a single nucleus. From a single nucleus. Spores small, the size of spores are small, which is totally different to that of the Myxosporidae. In case of the Myxosporidae, spores are large and they are developed from one or many nuclei. But in case of Microsporidae, we see that spores are small and developed from a single nucleus. The second characteristic of Myxosporidae is these are intracellular parasites. intracellular parasites of arthropods and fishes. Arthropods and fishes. You seen that the important characteristic, spores are small and developed from a single nucleus. These are intracellular parasites of arthropods and fishes. You previously know that in case of the Myxosporidae, members parasitic forms are especially present in the fish body, but in case of the Microsporidae, we see that parasites are intracellular parasites which are especially present in case of the arthropods as well as the fishes. Spores are small and developed from a single nucleus. And the third characteristic that belong to the Microsporidae is the first spores with one valve. Spores with one valve. Spores with one valve. One valve containing a long tubular polar filament. Long tubular filament. The important member that belong to the class Microsporidae is Nosema. Nosema is a very important organism that belong to the class Microsporidae, which is a class belong to the especially subphylum Nidospora. We see the characteristic of the Microsporidae that spores are small and developed from a single nucleus. Animals are intracellular parasites of arthropods as well as fishes. Spores with one valve and containing a long tubular polar filament. These are the important characteristics of the Microsporidae, a class belong to the subphylum Nidospora. Now see the important characteristic of another subphylum which is known as Coeliophora. You see the another characteristic of the subphylum Coeliophora. Subphylum Coeliophora. Subphylum Coeliophora. Subphylum Coeliophora. Subphylum Coeliophora. The subphylum, you seen that the subphylum Coeliophora included only a single class which is known as Ciliata. You seen that? This is the tabulation of the subphylum Coeliophora. In this case you seen that the subphylum Coeliophora divided into only a single class which is called Ciliata. Ciliata further divided into 4 subclasses. The first subclass is Holotrichia. The first subclass is Holotrichia. Second subclass is Peritrichia, and the third subclass is Suctorida, and the fourth one is Spirotrichia. You see that the class Ciliata divided into 4 subclasses: Holotrichia, Peritrichia, Suctorida and Spirotrichia. These are the subclasses that belong to the class Ciliata. Further, you seen that The subclass Holotrachea further divided into the 6 order. Similarly, Peritrachea included only a single order called Peritrichida. Similarly, Suctorida also divided only a single order called Suctorida, and the fourth subclass Spirotrichia divided into the 6th order. The first order is called Heterotrichida. The second one is called Oligotrichida, and the first one is called Tintinida, and third one is called Tintinida, and fourth one is called Entodynomorphida. And you seen that the fifth class is Odontostomatida, and the sixth one is called Hypotrichida. The important examples are also listed in the given tabulation. You seen that in case of subclass Holotrichia, 6 orders included. The first one is called Gymnostomida, which is best example is Celops, and the second order is Trichostomatida. Balanterium is a common examples that belong to the order Trichostomatida, and the third order is called Conotrichida. Spirocona is a important example belong to the Conotrichida. Similarly, Aphostomida is the another order belong to the Holotrichia. The important example belong to the Aphostomida is Hyalophysa. Similarly, you seen that Stomatida included the important example Anoplophira. Similarly, Hymenostomatida is the last order of the Holotrichia, which include an important organism called Paramecium, which is further studied by you. Now see the important characteristic of Coelophora. As the name indicates, you seen that the important characteristic of Coelophora is, you seen that the name is Coelophora. It means that organism body always bears cilia. So the name utilizes Coelophora. The first characteristic of the subphylum Coelophora is, the first characteristic will be presence of cilia. Presence of cilia as a locomotor organs, locomotor and feeding organelles. Here term organelles are utilized not to the organ. It means that the locomotory organs or feeding organ is microscopic in nature. So the term organelles are utilized. These organelles also perform the function which is similar to organs, but the structures are very small. So organelles are utilized. Organelles. The second characteristic of the subphylum Coelophora is, the second characteristic, nucleus is dimorphic. Nuclei dimorphic. You also saw these characteristics in further different animals during the study. Now the third characteristic of the Coelophora is reproduction. Reproduction takes place by asexual and and sexual both. The fourth one is important characteristic of the Coleophora is cytostomes are present. Cytostome usually present. In some cases, cytostome is usually present. It means that it is just like act as a mouth, so it is also called the cell mouth. Cytostomes are present. Thus, we see the important characteristic of the subphylum Coleophora. The first one is presence of cilia as a locomotor and feeding organelles. It means that cilia perform the two functions. The first one is called the locomotor function. The second one is feeding action, related to the feeding action. So it behave as a locomotor and feeding organelles. The second characteristic of the subphylum Coleophora is nuclei dimorphic. It means that there are two forms of nucleus are present. Reproduction takes place by the asexual and sexual method. It means that the different reproductive methods are available in case of the subphylum Coleophora. And you further see that cytostomes are usually present. In case of the Coleophora, cytostomes or cell mouth is present. Now we see that Ciliata further divided into the 4 subclasses. The first one is called the holotrachea. The second one is called the peritrachea. Third one called the suctorida. And fourth one called the spirotrachea. Now see the important characteristic of holotrachea. The important characteristic of holotrachea. The important characteristic of holotrachea can be represented as subclass holotrachea. Subclass holotrachea. The important characteristic of holotrachea is, the first one is simple and uniform body. Simple and uniform body cilia. Simple and uniform body cilia. This is the first and important characteristic of holotrachea. The whole body contains the cilia, which is uniformly distributed. Simple and uniform body cilia. The second one is buccal cilia. Buccal cilia mostly absent. If present, usually unconspicuous. You've seen that the important characteristic of the subclass holotrachea, which belong to the subphylum Coleophora to the class Ciliata, is simple and uniform body cilia. Buccal cilia mostly absent. If present, usually unconspicuous. The holotrachea divided into the 6 order. The first one is called gymnostomata. Stomatida, the important example that belong to the Gymnostomatida is Cerops. The second order of the holotrachea, Trichostomatida. Balanterium is a common example, belong to the order Trichostomatida. The third order is Conotrachida. The important example is the Spirocona. The fourth order is that belong to the subclass Holotrachea is Aphostomatida, example Hyalophysia. And the fifth one is Stomatida, is an important order which include the organism Anaplophila. Similarly, the last order of the more developed order of the holotrachea is Hymenostomata. Very important organism belong to the last order called Paramecium. It is very popular organism. Generally, it is also called as sleeper animal due to its body shape. Now, we see the important characteristic of the subclass Peritrachea. The subclass Peritrachea included only a single order Peritrachida. Subclass Peritrachea. Subclass Peritrachida. Peritrachea. The subclass Peritrachea have following characteristic. The first one is called Peritrachea. Adult without body cilia. Adult without body cilia. It means that in case of the adult body cilia are absent. Adult without body cilia, but apical end, bears a conspicuous buccal ciliator. You seen that cilia are absent in case of the adult form, but previously in subclass the holotrachea we see that whole the body containing the cilia and the distribution of cilia is uniform. But in this case you seen that cilia, if cilia may be present, it may be conspicuous. The buccal ciliatures are present in some cases, but adult body do not containing body cilia. Now come to the important example that belong to the order Peritrachida is Verticella. Verticella is a common examples that belong to the subclass Peritrachea. Now see the characteristic of subclass Suctorida. The important characteristic of subclass Suctorida is that the first one is subclass Suctorida. The subclass Suctorida also included only a single order Suctorida. only a single order Sectorida. The important characteristic is body sessile and stacked. Body sessile and stacked. Body sessile and stacked. It is a very important characteristic of the subclass Sectorida. The second characteristic is young bearing cilia. Young bearing cilia, as you see the previous subclasses, adult without body cilia. But in this case you seen that young bearing cilia. Young bearing cilia. The third one is characteristic is the distal end of the adult. The distal end of adult bearing few to many sectorial tentacles. It means that the distal end of the body of organisms that belong to the subclass Sectorida bearing sectorial tentacles. Tentacles are sectorial nature, which suck the fluid from their surroundings. Now we see the characteristic of the fourth subclass Spirotrichia. The important organism that belong to the Sectorida is Aphelota. Aphelota is the important organism that belong to the subclass Sectorida. Now see the important characteristic of Spirotrichia. The important characteristic of Spirotrichia can be written as, you seen the Spirotrichia for divided into 6 order. Similarly, you seen that the subclass Holotrichia also divided into the 6 order. In the important characteristic of Spirotrichia written as subclass Spirotrichia. Spirotrichia. Subclass Spirotrichia. The important characteristic, generally reduced body cilia. In this case you seen that the body cilia is generally reduced, but you seen the first subclass of the Celiophora, that is Holotrichia, contain the uniform distribution of cilia to the whole body. But in case of the subclass Spirotrichia, we seen that the distribution of cilia is reduced. Generally reduced body cilia. The first characteristic is generally reduced body cilia. The second characteristic of the subclass Spirotrichia is buccal cilia well developed. Buccal cilia well developed. You seen that body cilia reduced, that is the number of cilia become degenerated, but buccal cilia well developed. It is totally different to that of the subclasses Holotrichia. The important orders are Spirotrichia are Heterotrichida. Example: Stentor, Oligotrichida, the important organism that belong to the oligotrichida is Halteria. Similarly, the third order Tintinida, the important organism that belong to the Tintinida is Favela. And the fourth order Entodynomorphida included very important organism Entodium. Similarly, Odontostomida also included very important organism Cypronidium. And the last order of the Spirotrichia is Hypotrichida, which included a very important organism called Euplops. Euplops belong to the last order of the Spirotrichia, that is Hypotrichida. Okay.